Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here with a video. I was planning on taking, a couple of days off, leading up to the holiday, getting prepared for having a tough family, make a big dinner, that sort of thing, Thanksgiving, whatever. And as I'm sitting here taking time off, SEGA does what SEGA does and pulls a SEGA. And now I feel the need to talk about it because SEGA. So, in the last couple of days, two stories have come up, and I'm going to talk about both because one's short, one's not. I mean, they're both kind of... Anyway, and it's good and bad. So the bad is that the English website for Phantasy Star Online 2 is no longer in existence. It comes up with a DNS server error anytime you try to access it. It seems like it has quietly been taken down. Now, this is basically just confirmation of what everyone has already known, in that Phantasy Star Online 2 is not actually going to get a Western release. I don't know why this is a shock to anyone at this point. It was released in 2013. It's been 4 years since the game has come out. It's not coming. And there's several reasons. Like, I've talked to people who've played it in Japan. Like, there's some licensing agreement issues that would be just a nightmare to deal with at this point because of a lot of the crossover, like, things added into the game, things from anime and other games that, would just be kind of a nightmare to try to license in North America because, we have ridiculously obnoxious licensing in North America, which, can just really mess things up. Especially when you have things like one group of, when it comes to anime and graphic novels, like you have one group of people that have the rights to the graphic novels, one who have the rights to the anime, and they don't work well together, so there's never going to be any third party getting the ability to use both. It's nasty. Our licensing agreements here suck. So that's part of it, and then another part of it is the MMO bubble just really kind of crashed. When Phantasy Star Online 2 was announced, MMOs were still a very profitable business model. Nowadays, not so much so. There's considerably fewer MMOs these days than there were back then. And even then, that was kind of on the decline of the MMO stream. Like, really 2010 would have been your best time. Maybe even before that. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've looked at the MMO market because I've just seen so many of them like, yeah, we're shutting down or we're going free to play and just not caring anymore. There's been a lot of those. So yeah, the MMO market bubble burst on that. So I mean, it's not profitable nearly like it was, so like why would they bother spending the money to get server space? And then as fans are apt to do with SEGA games, because SEGA does not like money and does not like the Western fan base, fans have patched it so that you can play it in English. You just kind of need to go around your ass to get to your elbow to do it, but it's doable. So, like, all of these things combined, we get the shittiest version of Captain Planet. Like, that's what we've got, is no official Phantasy Star Online 2 localization, and I doubt we're ever going to go. I think this is pretty much the final nail in the coffin for that. It's like, we knew it wasn't coming, and Sega's just never going to talk about it, so it's like, it's just going to kind of slowly die in the shadows. And I think this might have been its last breath. Again, not surprising because SEGA pulling a SEGA. There is good news, however. SEGA, for whatever reason, decided to get its head out of its ass and make Valkyria Chronicles 4. Yeah, 4. As I was watching the trailer, it was please forget that Valkyria Revolution was a thing, and let's not have the series die in a fiery death. But what's amazing about this is, so Valkyria Chronicles 2 went straight to the PSP. It was slimmed down to fit the PSP because the first game did not sell according to their expectations, which was amazing considering once the game came out on PC with the HD remaster and hit the PS4 as well, like, it sold like hotcakes. So maybe it was a good game that just wasn't given a chance. But enough of that. So Phantasy Star Online 2 went straight to the PSP, slimmed down, like, I will, cut the budget, cut the expectations, just deal with that. And then Valkyria Chronicles 3 never even got a US release. Like, they're, again, enterprising fans, there's a patch for it, a fan translation that can be played via emulation, or firmware modded PSP, you know, either or, there are options. So, yeah, there are ways to play it, but it was never officially released, and so it looks like 2 and 3 are really just kind of, just forget those, and 4 is making its triumphant return back to consoles. So, obviously, Sega's like, oh, there is a market for it on console. It's not just a, oh, well, we're gonna have this be kind of... I really don't understand. Like, the PS3 was... It's a good system. PSP is a good system. I don't understand why the shift. I don't. But, you know, that's just me. I don't know. But we're getting a full-fledged, like, continuation of the series. Like, they're trying really hard to be, yeah, Revolution, just forget that. We've got this new thing here. Valkyria 4, we put a 4 on it. It's fantastic. Please don't hate us. And that's what we're getting. And, you know, taking the good with the bad, I'm glad we're getting an actual Valkyria Chronicles game, that they're continuing this franchise and they're not just being like, hey, let's pull another Shining and just we'll keep part of the name and then we'll just have the spin-offs murder it slowly. Because that's what happened in the Shining series. You had the Shining series that started with you had Shining in the Darkness, and then it became Shining Force, and then all the Force games were the tactical, and then it's like, yeah, no, we're gonna put Shining Force on, you know, these hack and slash dungeon crawler type things, and wonder why people are getting pissed off that the games aren't what they expected them to be. And then we're going to keep doing that, and then we're just going to stop dealing with the fan base at all, and then we're going to stop localizing the games. So the fact that we are getting this, and they are discussing that there is a Western release window of 2018, is amazing. The fact that they're like, yeah, we're going to do this game, and it's not looking to be Japanese only. It is going to get released outside of Japan. This is actually kind of incredible. Like, this is kind of a smart business decision on Sega, and it's not being done by, you know, outside influence like Christian Whitehead. Anyway, I'm gonna get myself into trouble with this. So yeah, Valkyria Chronicles 4, the trailer looks interesting. I mean, as long as it plays like an actual Valkyria Chronicles game with, you know, the squad-based tactical combat, rather than some new weird form of combat that no one seems to really like. I don't understand why Revolution happened. I don't. But yeah, they're trying. They're trying. And the fact that 4 is coming out on every platform. I don't know if it's coming out on PC yet. As far as consoles, it's coming out on every platform, including the Switch, which that impresses me, because it shows that Sega's like, oh yeah, this is actually a thing that, you know, has good, even though it is not, you know, a super powerful system, that they are looking at having the game on all these platforms, meaning that they're not expecting to be like a super graphically intensive game or one that can scale well to fit on the hardware in a playable fashion. So I'm really excited for this, because like it shows Sega's still, you know, thinking that, you know, Nintendo's a good partner for them in terms of, you know, being able to publish titles on their platforms, which, sure. I mean, part of me was expecting this to be like PS4 only, much like, you know, the others were PS3 and PSP respectively, and then it came to everything else. And in fact, I believe Valkyria Chronicles 4, the remaster, is only on PC and PS4. I don't think it has an Xbox One version, whereas Valkyria Chronicles 4 will have an Xbox One version according to their trailer. So, impressive that they're doing that as well, because that doesn't seem like, yeah. So, again, some good news, some bad news. You know, I mean, the bad news is only really bad if you still had, like, some little ember of hope that Phantasy Star Online 2 was going to come out in the US, and in which case I apologize for snuffing out that last ember with this possible realization. But on the upside, You could try playing Valkyria Chronicles 4. I mean, we're losing one game that we never even really got, and we're gaining another game that I never expected to get. So I'm trying to look at this as like a net gain. So let me know your thoughts on either topic. Phantasy Star Online 2, did you care? Are you really upset that it seems like the game is never coming out, or did you just say screw it and patch the English version and play it, you know, kind of... It's not really piracy because you're still paying for it, but you know, you get that you're using subterfuge to play the game because SEGA won't let you. Is that, like, what are your thoughts on that? Or Valkyria Chronicles 4? Have you played Valkyria Chronicles? Any of the games? If not, I strongly suggest you do. Valkyria Chronicles 1 is a fantastic game, so that'll get you up. And I have a Let's Play of the first game as well on the PS3. I'll put that somewhere around here, I guess. I'll have a link to that so you can check it out and see what the game's all about. It's really interesting concept. It's a really interesting take on a lot of sci-fi, fantasy, and military history. It's interesting. It really is. So let me know your thoughts on Valkyria Chronicles 4. Are you excited for it? Bummed out that, you know, we don't get more Revolution? Or are you like me and just like, please resurrect the Shining series, please give me Shining Force 4. You're already working on games with the 4 in the title. Give me Shining Force 4. Do it, please. Make it an actual Shining Force game. Anyway, that's another topic for another time. What would I like to see in Shining Force 4? I think I've already done that, though. I might have. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the next rant video. So until then, later everyone.